Hello, we hope you're doing well. Welcome back to a daily Fortnite news episode. We hope you guys all enjoy. A lot of great things coming with Fortnite, especially this weekend. As of tomorrow, guys, Fortnite Skirmish, Fall Skirmish it is, week 3 does begin, and some big updates have hit, of course, in the last few days. 6.01 has now officially brought chillers, otherwise known as ice traps, into the game, which have been a pretty big competitive change, or at least we think they might be. We'll see how effective they actually are. If you guys have not seen the countless clips with them so far, they actually, of course, cause your character to slide in a given direction with low friction. So it's been the result of many funny clips out there, and again, one of many changes we've seen ever since our last update, and of course the start of season 6, with so many things being vaulted, that being the silence SMGs, the LMGs, the bouncers, impulse nades not being so effective because we have shockwave nades. Speaking of shockwave nades, we'll talk about those definitely later on as we recap some great things coming, but again, stay tuned. We'll see how these actually affect, of course, Fortnite Fall Skirmish week 3, which does go on. And speaking of which, guys, with all these glitches happening so far, one of them being around Shadow Stones. Now, Shadow Stones are officially released back into the game after being taken away. They've actually now officially, I believe, as of yesterday before they came back, they were actually out of the game longer than they were in the game because they were deactivated. Many players out there, I know it was very shocking to see people taking advantage of a glitch out there where you can actually phase through unwanted areas, especially mostly trucks as well, as you guys can see by the clips. I know Epic must be very surprised that the huge community out there actually took advantage of that. They are officially back for competitive play, and again, I cannot wait to see how they're actually going to be played out in this week's Fall Skirmish, how these pro players do handle these new weapons, these new items as well. Shadow Stones, ice traps, going to be very cool to see how it all plays out. They will not play with, though, the Porta Fortress, one of the items that's been disabled for quite some time, especially given its sheer size, the latency, FPS drops, and the issues it had on the map so far. They will likely not be here for Fortnite Fall Skirmish. Again, not a weapon you'd expect to have a huge impact on a pro competitive play, but it's going to be kind of cool to see when that actually does come back, if they revamped it at all or changed it to fix those issues. Now, speaking of Fall Skirmish, we mentioned it definitely enough. Tomorrow will be that week 3 beginning, and it could be a chance for Tfue. Funny video, I'll link his channel down below, guys, that he did release himself, a very funny video himself. He will try to be the first skirmish athlete to actually try and go with back-to-back week wins. If you guys did watch week 2, his victory there, guys, was very cool to see in North America. Although closer than people think, he looked very dominant nonetheless. It was also cool to see, guys, people like Ghost nailing 4 players in the top 10, 5 players in the top 11. We also got to see that the Liquid Boys, Chap 72, alongside Nicky Mercs, all placed top 10. It was very cool to see that the North American side definitely solidifying their top 10-ish players. The Liquid Boys always in there. Ghost is always managing to get a few players in there as well. It was very cool to see. Nonetheless, though, recapping as well, week 1 we saw world records being broken. Speaking of Tfue and Cloaks, they actually came away with their squad. It was actually Zex and the rest of the week 1 winners of Skirmish actually coming together. Their squad dropped 57, and the world record was then reset the morning of, I believe, actually the night before that Thursday night. Of course, that qualifier did end for those group squad kill records. They came away with 59 kills. There is still no squad in Fortnite who has broken 60 kills, and that was amazing to see, though. 59 kills, the brand new world record squad kills. We did touch on that back on last week's episode as well, but also, of course, coming to week 3, it will be the Kingpin format. Going to be back to duos, Tfue and them dominating the solo events, and alongside him as well in his European side of thing, we quite possibly saw the best Fortnite clip we've ever seen across any pro players out there. That's Atlantis' Mitro. If you guys have somehow not seen this clip so far, he did actually win the European side of things with that Royale Flush format, but he did so. One of his victories was one of the most amazing clutches we've ever seen. It's going to be played for you guys right now.
The player up top knows. Mitro knows. He's running out of ammunition.
Mitro versus Aragonist.
He's testing his might. He's gonna drop down a little bit. Get closer.
Dude, if he can create a small opening here, he can actually send him.
Oh!
No way!
No way! Mitro!
So again, it will be the Kingpin format for this week's Fall Skirmish. It does continue. I cannot wait to see maybe some ice traps, some chiller clips alongside that, maybe some Shadowstone clips. They should come into play, and I cannot wait to see how that does play out. It's going to be the Kingpin duo format, so can't wait to see some legendary duos out there. And also a quick reminder as well, iDropzBodies. iDropzBodies will return for the first time ever since his summer skirmish victory, guys. He will be at this event, I do believe, and I cannot wait to see how he comes out. I know he has his fair share of supporters, his fair share of haters out there. I'm not sure which side I'm on. Of course, people accuse him of cheating, even though he was cleared by Epic to use that keyboard and mouse on consoles. So we're going to see exactly how he comes back. I know he definitely has some skill. We'll see if he can actually break that top 10 again for Fortnite earners. I'll give you guys the quick screenshot of the current earners as well, as of right now after that week 2 Fall Skirmish. So we're going to see if he can crack that top 10 again. Remember, after his 130,000 summer skirmish victory, he was at one point in time a top 3 Fortnite earner. He has then dropped back in spots because he's not been playing We're going to see how he does. Will you guys be cheering for him? I cannot wait to see how he does, and all, of course, alongside all the other pros out there in that Kingpin format. As always, guys, I hope you all enjoyed Fortnite news. I'll be back here in a couple days with more, and as always, my name is Jake. I'll see you then.